as a statement of having the eternal purpose of God. In other words, David probably realized Jerusalem's going to be there forever, and it really is. Ezekiel 5:5 says, "There is a Jerusalem, I have set her in the midst of the nations of the countries all around her." What's happened in the last 20, 30 years in Israel? They're surrounded by Jordan, Egypt, Syria. They're right in the middle of a bunch of Arabs, and they're Christian. So it's going to be a battle for right on. All right, Jerusalem is a chosen city of God. It existed in the past, it exists in the present, and will exist in the future. It's like one foot in the past and one in the future. Let's look at the references to Jerusalem. First Genesis 22:2 says, God tells Abraham to take your son to Mount Moriah and sacrifice him as a burnt offering. Of course, we know that's a test for Abraham. Right? I've often thought that Abraham's wife, Sarah, she lived 127 years, and I wonder how old as Isaac was if she was 127 and he had to sacrifice him. I don't know. Most people nowadays think he was young. I think he was an older person, maybe in his 20s, maybe in his 30s. We're not sure. Jerusalem has been attacked by many times, one of which occurred in 2 Kings 19:35 and 36. The Syrians laid siege to Jerusalem as they slept. The angel of the Lord went into the Syrian camp and killed 185,000. That's when Sennacherib, the leader of the Assyrians, says he broke camp and went home. At the same time, Jerusalem was under siege, and Hezekiah had the forethought to realize, hey, if we're under siege, we're going to run out of water. What did he do? He dug a tunnel. That's how they brought the water in the city. Babylon invaded Jerusalem 3 times. Of course, the last time we know what happened. That's when Daniel and all the rest of the guys got sent back to Babylon for 50 years. They lost their status as a nation at that time. Jerusalem played a major role in the life of Jesus. It was there he lived his last week of his life. Emotions run deep about this piece of real estate. Jerusalem is now set to become God's stage for the final conflict. In Mark chapter 13, Jesus stated, "Not a stone will remain standing." Peter, James, John, and Andrew, the apostles, asked Jesus, "When will these things be?" And Jesus answered, "That day and hour no man knows, not even the angels, neither the Son." We know that about 40 years later, Jerusalem was burnt to the ground. World history is coming full circle. It's entering where it began. In Revelation, John describes a new Jerusalem descending from heaven. There will be no need of the sun or the moon, for the Lamb is the light thereof. Its entrance will be never shut, for there will be no night there. Jerusalem is a sacred piece of land. The references are find my right notes here. All right. We know that a new Jerusalem has come. That's the one I want to see, the new one. Jerusalem of now will come to an end at such time in the future when the rapture and the beast, the Antichrist, come at the same time. I think they're going to come about the same time in history, future history. And I do believe that God knows what he told Ezekiel, and there will be a time in history when you and I will have the opportunity to go there. That's about all I have on Jerusalem. That's my 10-minute lesson. Well, that 37-acre piece of property in Jerusalem that's a powder keg of the world. Yeah. It's the center of the world. Anyway, I appreciate your lesson on you and Tom's getting together. I don't think I ever asked him, Miss Charlotte, but now I know.